Today, we're gonna be taking a look at and reviewing Peet's coffee.
This is Starbucks before Starbucks was cool.
But, is it any good?
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Today we're gonna be taking a look at this bag of Peet's coffee. French roast, which we will coincidentally be making in a French press.
Peet's coffee is very interesting and actually has quite the history. So it was actually created back in the Netherlands by an individual of the last name Peet, who worked in his father's coffee and tea trade business and saw the potential for it, fell in love with it, had a passion for it. So he went off to start his own coffee company, and even to the extent of training a few young entrepreneurs who wanted to start a small company called Starbucks back in the 70s. You might have heard of it. We're gonna see if this lives up to its legacy, lives up to the hype. I'm looking forward to this. This is actually even a viewer request. And so we received this request in our comments. Unfortunately, they did request the Major Dickinson blend. We couldn't find it in the whole bean where we were, so we're gonna try the next best thing. And actually, Peet was a big fan of dark roast, so we're gonna try their dark roast.
This is how much we love you guys. Any request you give us, we will be sure to entertain.
Yes, absolutely. Even if it's
varying results.
Yes, with varying results being the key.
This bag sure makes a lot of claims. Apparently, it is coffee forward as a tasting note. I sure hope that's the case.
So that is very interesting. I've never seen a coffee that claims to be coffee forward, so I don't know how it's gonna taste.
I'm assuming it tastes like coffees. At least there's no surprises with this thing.
Maybe, we'll see. Coffee forward's a very bold claim for coffee.
That's what we're here to find out. I say we get brewing.
Let's get brewing. Welcome back. We are all brewed up. We are ready to go. Sergey, would you do the gracious honors of pouring a cup?
It would be my privilege.
So what you might notice is that we don't actually press all the way down for the French press. This keeps the coffee and its oils more uniform.
A technique popularized by the great late James Hoffman.
Great late. I think he's still alive. I think.
Oh, no, I'm not saying he's dead.
Oh, I see.
I'm just saying sometimes he's late to his appointments and stuff.
It's a very satisfying sound.
It's a lot of coffee.
It's a lot of coffee. So this claims to be a French roast or a darker roast of a variety. Let's see how it stands up.
Before we brewed up, the beans looked extremely dark.
They're very dark, a lot of gloss.
Shiny, glossy, waxy, pitch black.
Very dark.
Venta black, perhaps even.
So let's see. It smells a bit... it
smells like coffee.
It smells a bit sweet, but also a bit ashy at the same time, so I don't know.
It smells a little bit like a...
It's a sweet,
like a Snickers bar a little bit.
Yeah.
Like some like caramel.
Like some burnt caramel maybe. Yeah. Which the bag does suggest the notes of, so.
It's definitely dark.
It's actually not bad though. There is a caramel-like sweetness. I do taste the burnt caramel note. First and foremost, this is definitely coffee forward in case you were wondering, so I just want to clear that up.
It starts off dark, bitter, intense, but it finishes off with a nice kind of semi-sweet caramel flavor.
Yeah, it's almost like creme brulee crust in a way, like the top of it.
Exactly.
Just a little bit of that sweetness, but also that burnt sugar kind of taste.
Like if you took a creme brulee, and instead of just torching the very top, you torched it all the way through.
It is a bit ashy, but then it flows nice and sweetly into a nutty, chocolatey, caramel sort of a composition, if you will.
It's intense. I
like dark roast personally. I'm a pretty big fan of dark roasts, and this is for a store-bought dark roast that's a little under $11. I could say you could recommend this. I would recommend this actually if you're looking for something that's more cost-effective, but also pretty uncompromising on the flavor. This is pretty good.
I think Starbucks should have taken more tips from Peet's when they were starting out.
I think so too. They might have just taken the business tips and not the quality of taste and flavor tips.
Disclaimer, I'm not a big fan of dark roasts at all, and you are.
Yeah,
so
I like dark roasts.
Let that take that into account with our ratings. With that being said, what would you rate this cup?
I'm gonna give this a 6.75. It's definitely above average. I would say that it's definitely short of being great.
For the first time ever, I must agree with you completely.
Really?
6.75.
Wow.
On the dot.
And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a person who does not even like dark roasts very much.
And this is a Wholebrain first. You're witnessing history. And we're both talking slightly faster now, I feel.
We are, and slightly lower, like we're on NPR or something.
You know, as the coffee here decreases, the talking speed increases. Pretty satisfactory, in my opinion.
I would agree. And so, again, if you're in the market for this, go ahead and get some. It's pretty good. And have you tried Peet's coffee? Any other flavors that you recommend? Please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want more content like this. We appreciate you watching. And as always and forever, keep using your whole